Hey y'all, it's Kim, your over 50 makeup teacher, and I wanted to pop on just to teach you how to highlight and contour. So before the sun goes down, before the sun is setting slowly in the west, I live in Western Maryland, and it is almost dark here, which is totally hard to believe how fast the days go. It seems like the nights are forever long. So I do actually have a light clipped onto the top of my phone to be able to give my face a little bit more light. Have my Christmas tree lit behind me, but my goal today is to teach you to highlight and contour. I'm 55, okay, and I didn't learn how to highlight and contour until I was 50, and it was just because I didn't really know about it. Makeup was just a thing that I did and didn't put any thought into it. But now I have figured out why learning how to highlight and contour has made all the difference in my 55-year-old skin. So I do have a little bit of makeup. It's been cold. Today my dad turned 86. And so we've been outside. It's 18 degrees here. So you see my red cheeks and my red nose. That's because I just ran in from outside. We're also expecting some weather. So I wanted to make sure that I got this live in case my Wi-Fi goes out. So if you're here, hopefully you'll just park it just for about 15 minutes because that's all this is going to take. And I want to show you how to highlight and contour. So contour, first of all, is a darker shade of, I use all cream products, okay? Contour is a darker shade, usually in the ashy gray tones, in order to add depth and dimension to the face. Highlighting is using lighter colors or different colors, foundation, concealer, in order to bring light and life to the face. But what's cool about highlighting and contouring is knowing placement, especially when you're over 50, because there are certain areas that we don't necessarily want to contour the way that we used to, okay? So I have this eyeshadow. I have two colors on, I believe, like a bright pink and a sparkly peach on my lids. And then I do have a little bit of like a dark blue eyeshadow underneath of my eyes and eyeliner. But everything else is pretty well just worn off. So I'm going to do this for you, but I'm going to show you placement. So this is probably a video you're going to want to save for future, just so you know placement of these products, okay? I'm going to go ahead and use my one compact makeup system, but I do encourage you, if you're over 50 or if you have mature skin, to use cream products because they move with the skin. You know, liquids and powders have a tendency, well, powders definitely, they dry down. And so then when you're moving your face, because we have all of this texture as we get older, which is totally normal, by the way. Don't let anybody tell you that texture isn't normal. Don't let anybody tell you that dark under eyes isn't normal. It's totally normal. So you want to find products that are going to help be a little bit more forgiving, and cream products are that for me. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you where to contour. I'm going to go ahead and use a double-ended brush that is made for creams, and I'm going to dip into this contour color here. This one, it's called Cedar. It's by a company called Saint. And what I love about Cedar is it has a little bit of warmth in it. Say, hey, from Amsterdam, let me know where you're watching from. That's awesome. Thank you for jumping on with me. This live is only going to be 15 minutes because I want to keep it sweet. And this is one that is savable or shareable for you to be able to refer to later on down the road. That's the key. All right, so contouring over 50 skin, a lot of times the old way, contour on the shadow. Well, if I do that right here, it is going to make me look like Skeletor because I am hollowing out. That's what has a tendency to happen as we get older. So I'm going to stick it right on my cheekbone. So cheekbone. Okay. We'll do the other cheekbone. I'm going to actually clip my hair back real fast. Let's do that. Let's get this out of the way. It is cold. What's it like where you guys are? All right, and then cheekbone. All right, you might watch other tutorials that say contour in that shadow. If they're not over 50, I'm sure that was the way then. Whenever you're over 50, you need to stick closer to that cheekbone because it's going to hollow that out. You don't need a lot. You're just trying to provide shadow. All right, and then we're going to do hairline. Now, do you notice where I'm not going? I'm not going here. Again, why? We hollow out right there. And then we're going to do jawline. All right, now look where I'm going. Do you see my jowls? Jowls are where, again, you're losing the elasticity in your skin. You start to get this hangy thingy. That was intelligent. I don't know what the extra skin. So when I contour, I'm going to pretend that's not there and go right over that and right to my chin. All right, now that's not going to stay there. The purpose is to give the illusion that area is receding. That's what the dark area is doing. And if you want to, you can contour your nose. I'm just going to stick right here and right here. Now, if you're interested in the One Compact Makeup System, all of these colors are color matched to me. I do that. I'll do that. I'll do that for you. All you got to do is comment the word live and you'll get all of the links. Okay. You'll just get the links. I'll get you all the colors that are for you back. So anyway, that's it. Okay. That's the contouring piece. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend those areas. Blend, a blendy, a blend, blend, blend. And I'm kind of blending downward. It just blends like butter, so you don't have to work really hard at it. And then I'm going to blend on back into my hairline. Y'all, if you have like beautiful silver hair, just be careful, okay? And then in this area, I'm going to flick up. Up, 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 up. So when you flick up, that color is coming upward. If I flick down, it's going to be muddy and it's going to fall into that area that I don't want it to. So I want to actually lift my cheekbones, highlight and contour. You know, when I first started enjoying and teaching makeup, I am a retired public school educator after 25 years in the public school education. I taught elementary for 23 years and I taught middle school English language arts for 2 years. And when I first started into learning about makeup and teaching it, it was called a hack, okay? This brush is called the 3D brush, okay? It is also by Saint. So I love it because it has a really great way to be able to blend, and then it has this tip. But let me talk to you really quickly about brushes, and just comment live if you want the links, okay? If you get a brush that is for creams, like that, and you're using cream products, you want to make sure that your brushes are jiving with the kind of product that you're using. That makes all the difference in the world. But just think about this so you don't have to go buy a gazillion brushes, spend a fortune on brushes. Good brushes, it's worth it to spend money on 2 good brushes than to have 20 brushes that aren't worth a hoot, okay? So when I look at this brush, and if I wanted it, I used this pointy end for contour, okay? But what if I didn't? What if I wanted to use this end? And I want to make sure that it is in the shape. Well, you just give it a squeeze, okay? You give it a squeeze. It's coming to the UK, all right? We're told that we can go ahead and color match those of you in the UK. Yee! So comment live, and I'll get you matched if you're not already matched. All right, so contouring, done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a lighter color. This is not one that I would place all over my face. This is more of a concealer color that is like 1 or 2 shades lighter than my foundation, okay? It's not really light, because if I go really light, then all I'm doing is accentuating all the business that I have going on, and I don't want to do that. If nothing else, you want to go a hair darker on your foundation, but I haven't put any foundation on yet, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my finger with a cream. I like having the control in my under eye area, but I'm going in with this color. So here was my contour color. Here is the color I'm going in with right now, and watch where I'm placing it, okay? So go find whatever foundation you're wearing right now. Go and if you love it, you're like, I adore this foundation. I want it to keep, I want to keep it. I like how it looks on my skin. Then go buy that foundation shade in 1 or 2 shades lighter than your foundation, okay? And place it here. So look right there. All I did was bring light, and I'm also going to pull it right down here, the middle of my nose, right where I contoured, okay? Now, I am going to stop there, but let me tell you, because everybody's skin is different, you can also put it in your T-zone. So you can put it a little bit more up here in your 11s. You can put a little bit on Cupid's bow. You can put it right here on your chin. Here's why I don't. Okay, so you might be able to relate to me when it comes to this. I have 11s, okay? I don't do Botox. I haven't done fillers. I haven't done anything like that. So I have a lot of movement in my face. So I'm really conscientious about where I place too light of a color. Here, if I put a light color there, it's going to draw attention to those areas. Same thing through here, okay? And the pores are bigger on my chin. So I kind of, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to stick with my regular foundation color. All right, so we've contoured, we've added some accent right here in this sweet spot and down the middle of our nose. And then you guys decide, yeah, like I don't have 11s, okay? I'm cool to go. Or, you know what? I do have large pores here. I really don't want to accentuate those. Or here, you decide. All right, now I'm going to go in, I'm going to apply my foundation. So part of highlighting and contouring is having the colors that are right for a particular part in your face. So you might find it odd contouring first, but I truly always start there because I build around the dimension. And with cream products, they're providing coverage, okay? It's just a darker color. It's the same consistency as my foundation. So why would I continue to layer and layer? Less is more, and the older that you get, when you can apply less product, but the right kind of product and the right color in the right place, you don't need as much. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so comment live if you want the links to get, or if you want color matched, I'd be happy to do that. Here's what I'm going to show you. This is my palette. So pretend if you don't have Saint makeup, or you can't get Saint makeup, or you don't want Saint makeup, pretend buying your foundation shades in 2 colors. Okay, so I have my winter color here and I have my summer color here. I'm not the same color all year long. And I would bet that you're not either. Okay, unless, you know, and if you are, then you are lucky. Okay, you can buy 1 shade, but I'm not. So I have a couple shades here. Here we are. What is this? Oh my God, it's December. We're in December already. So that means that I'm not quite my full winter shade yet. About January, I'm going to be my full winter shade, which is this. I'm in between. And I love mixing foundation shades. Okay. And that's another really good thing with creams. If you don't have it in a palette like this, you can mix creams on the back of your hand, rub your brush through it. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to place that color where I want coverage. But I'm not going where I already placed other product. Why would I even do that? Okay, so highlighting and contouring, or hacking, is making your face look 3-dimensional like it is. Okay, our nose protrudes, our cheekbones protrude, our jawbones protrude. They are 3D. And when you think about what we've always done in the past, the way that I learned makeup was taking 1 shade of foundation and applying it all over my face, and then layering the next product on top of that and the next product on top of that. And when I was 20, that worked beautifully. But the older that I got, and the more texture I had on my face, and the more movement my face was going through over time, what was happening to my makeup? It was too much. It was sliding. It was creasing. It was just I wasn't happy with it, right? And if you've stopped wearing makeup because you're not happy with it, try this approach, okay? Just try this approach. Another really popular thing to do is to use like a BB cream and then go in over top of your BB cream and contour and add your cream blush and add a little bit of concealer or a highlight right here, okay? So that's all basically all of the foundation I'm gonna add. I like a really natural look because in the end, I want to look like Kim. Yeah, I want to look like the best at 55. I'm not trying to look 30. I'm just not, okay? And I'm totally okay with it. All right, so let's add a little bit of color to the cheeks. All right, we'll talk a little bit about placement of color when you have aging cheeks. All right, so typically this is kind of the universal way of applying blush. Now, you might see some makeup artists will say start at the corner of your eye and go up for lift. Totally agree with that, all right? So you can do that. But I'm going to give you the little bonus tip that I like to use, okay? I still can't see my blush, okay? If you're standing over here to my right, you can see my blush. But if I'm staring at you straight on, I still lack a little bit of color in my face. So I'm going to take it one step further and come to my pupil and place a little bit of color. Okay? It doesn't have to be a lot. And, you know, creams are so forgiving that you can go in as bold or as fresh as you want. And fresh truly is the key. Like, I just want a polished look. All right. I don't want to look tired, which is why I put that right here. It's like that flash bulb. That's kind of like the way that I describe it. It's like the flash bulb going off, that little bit of light right in that area, but not too light. And then that fresh color right here. Y'all, some people don't like pinks. Some people don't like peaches, but you need to have one of them, one of those tones in your makeup bag, okay? As somebody with mature skin, it's because those colors look sweet, fresh, youthful. Now, you don't want to look like, you don't want to overdo it, okay? But you just want to add some fresh color there like that. Comment live and you'll get all the links. All right, now all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna show you a couple little tips about lips that might help give you maybe just something that you'll learn. If you don't currently follow me, click follow because I teach easy makeup tips all the time. Videos, but I'm gonna go in with I'm actually gonna use my contour shade. But if I go in really lightly with it, it almost just looks a hair darker than my skin tone, okay? But finding a lip liner that is like 1 or 2 shades darker than your regular lip color, that's key. And watch where I line, okay? So right here. And then I'm just gonna tap this out. Y'all, I have very small lips. All right, but I just made my bottom lip look bigger just by putting a little bit of a darker. You can totally use lip liner for this, okay? I just grab my contour and a brush. All right, and then I'm going to say, okay, now I'm going to be very careful right here, okay? I have a lot of deep lip lines. Never smoked. I never smoked, but I have these lip lines, but I was a teacher. So I think I like whistled a lot. Oh, looky there. Drank through a straw, all the things. And I have those. So I've got to be very careful putting too dark of a color there because a lot of makeup artists will show you how lip shape. Totally understand that. That's truly what it does. But if you have lip lines like I do or worse or darker, what you're going to do is accentuate those by placing a dark color because it's going to make those areas recede and be deeper. And you don't want that. All right, so now I'm going in with a not a really dark color for my lips. I love red, okay? And everybody needs a red lip at some point in their life. But overall, for my lips, if I put a stark red on my lips, it's going to make my lips look small. It's going to shrink them up. So I actually like to use something from the more nude-ish color. So this is a nude and it has a little bit of gloss. I encourage you to find a nice gloss. This one is called Sadie by Saint, okay? It's just a nice gloss. Now, if I want to darken the color, like if that's just not enough color for me, I can go into a darker color. This one's called Renaissance, and I can almost stain the lips by just tapping a little bit. You can also do it with a brush. And so I just stain them just a little bit. But by having that, for lack of a better term, that feathering motion without having it bleed up into my lip lines, which is why you also want a liner, then it helps to make my lips look fuller, okay? And then you can even add like another gloss on top of it. Y'all, we just highlighted and contoured in just a couple minutes. Contour, let's review really quickly. Cheekbones, hairline, jawline, nose if you want to slim. Highlight, this would be 1 or 2 shades lighter than your foundation, or a concealer that's 1 or 2 shades lighter. You're gonna do the sweet spot right here, not the big triangle. No, don't do that anymore. Old time, the old way when we all had really young, no wrinkles, no darkness, all the things. Okay, don't do that anymore. Just in this area, okay, I kind of almost lay my finger on it and then wait right against the nose. And then down the middle of the nose, and then you decide based off of, look at your own face. If I have a lot of texture in this area, pores, refrain from that. But if not, go for it, okay? You can lighten that T-zone. Add color to the cheeks. We want youthful color to the cheeks. Fill in with your foundation wherever else you need. One more thing before I go, and I hope that you learned really quickly how to highlight and contour. We didn't talk about color correction, but typically color correction will come first, fixing and color correcting areas of discoloration. Okay, I'm gonna just show you really quickly a shade that you're gonna wanna find. This is a peachy, it's like a salmon color. This will color correct blue. So like in the corners of my eyes in the mornings when I don't get a lot of sleep, I have a lot of discoloration, I will color correct with a peachy tone. And then I'll go in with it over top with my concealer or even my foundation shade. And then I need to apply less product because I've gotten to the root of the issue, which is the color, the discoloration. I don't want to take discoloration and place a light concealer over it because then it's just going to look gray. And nobody wants that, okay? Color correct first. Y'all, you just learned how to highlight and contour by Kim. Your over 50 makeup teacher. Comment the word live if you want all of the links and I can color match you. It's totally free. I love doing that. You can get a list of all the colors that are just perfect for you. You guys have a great day. I'm gonna go jump in a sweatshirt and a pair of sweats and hit the couch. You guys, thanks for joining me. My name is Kim, your over 50 makeup teacher.